Squidward's life sucks, right? He's stuck at a dead-end job he hates, a hobby no one respects, nobody likes him, and he's bald. He's a miserable cur, and he has every reason to be, doesn't he? SpongeBob is much happier than Squidward, since his life is better. Or is it? His life is almost exactly the same as Squidward's. Stuck at a dead-end job, hobby he's made fun of for, not respected, and also bald. SpongeBob should be just as miserable as Squidward, but SpongeBob loves his life and always seems happy when he should be as miserable as Squidward. What does SpongeBob have that Squidward doesn't? It's not anything physical. It's that he has his childlike wonder of the world and is grateful for everything he has. And it's not that SpongeBob is a child either. Okay, well, maybe after season 3. But I refuse to believe that anything past season 3 is canon. So I'm ignoring everything after that. Do you know the meme that when you're growing up, you understand SpongeBob, but when you're an adult, you understand Squidward? When most people say that, they think Squidward is right, and that's how they should carry themselves, since their life sucks, and SpongeBob is just a naive dumbass for being happy. Which, that might be true, but you should always strive to be a SpongeBob, and never a Squidward.
Remember, no employee wants to be a Squidward.
SpongeBob never gets existential dread. And that's not to say he never gets sad, or even depressed. It's reasonable for SpongeBob to get sad when Squidward talks shit about his eyelash sweater he was given, since he put so much effort into it. Or when SpongeBob wails to his grandma, since he misses the way she treated him like a child, since he tried to be what he thought was a cool adult. But even though SpongeBob still has a lot of childlike behavior, he's definitely not a man baby. For the first 3 seasons anyway. He's independent, he has a job, a house, and a decent social life, but is still able to enjoy life like a kid would, without having some sort of Freudian age play problem, and can be serious and take responsibility when needed. SpongeBob has done more heroic things for Bikini Bottom than anyone else. Like in the SpongeBob movie, he saves all of Bikini Bottom from becoming literal slaves to plankton. Squidward has completely lost his childlike fun and wonder towards the world, and doesn't appreciate anything, so of course he's going to be a miserable dickbag. You probably know someone like this in real life. Everything they do, they just wallow in self-pity, no matter what happens to them, even if it's objectively good. It's almost like it has become an instinct to be repulsed by anything holy. They might be happy if they won the lottery or something, but they can't get joy from everyday activities, so winning the lottery would only bring them short-term joy. It's almost as if they enjoy misery, which I think Squidward does. He always makes snarky remarks on why it's good to be lazy.
As long as you do that, the secret is safe.
I always thought the most important rule was why do today what you can put off till tomorrow.
While also having a certain arrogance towards SpongeBob's shenanigans, no matter how much fun he could have if he joined, since he is so madly in love with suffering, and thinks he's above enjoying anything apart from being a famous artist. Like during the Just One Bite episode, where he would not allow SpongeBob to know that he actually loved Krabby Patties, since he does not want to show that SpongeBob made him happy by having him try it, since his pride and love of misery will not let him. SpongeBob is exactly the opposite. He takes great pride in his work, no matter how banal, and makes it fun through his goofs and his gaffes and his imagination, while never taking the little he has for granted. It's hard for SpongeBob to be miserable, since he has a great interest in the everyday, and is only sad if Squidward or someone does something nasty to him. By the way, this prick has to be the most evil character ever written. SpongeBob was willing to starve just to get him his pizza, and he rejected it because SpongeBob forgot his drink. But it was probably this fat ass who forgot to order it anyway. I would love to lock him in a shipping container and torture him for 3 months. Most people's lives suck. and suffering is inevitable. I'm sure some of you are almost in the exact same situation as SpongeBob or Squidward. You work a dead-end job, have a passion that you're not very good at, or a hobby that's not cool or respected. But I swear, so many people, especially between the age range of 13 to 35, glorify the way Squidward lives. So many people brag about all the mental illnesses they have and how much their lives suck, like it's a badge of honor or something. This is the first time in any civilization where being a pessimist and mentally ill is a virtue. Yes, Squidward's life sucks, and so does yours and mine. But compared to what the billions of people before us lived through, we have it extremely easy, especially in the material sense. Our ancestors survived wars that wiped entire countries off the map, plagues that killed 30% of the population, extreme poverty where people lived their entire lives a few days away from starving to death, and still managed to raise families and build nations. I bet this happened to Bikini Bottom too. They probably had some sort of fish bubonic plague, but I can't prove it yet. But now that we have all this psychology verbiage telling us that we should be sad and that we're just observers in this chemical robot we live in, like animals with no agency, it's so much easier to rationalize why we should just be miserable. I gotta say, Squidward, you're being a little bitch. Don't be a Squidward. That's the easiest path. Your body just wakes up like that. You ruminate all day on how you have nothing and how other people have it better than you, and how you deserve more and others deserve less, and that the powers at be are the reason why you're miserable and you can't do anything about it, and trying is futile. The dichotomy between SpongeBob and Squidward can essentially be boiled down to being a pessimist or being an optimist. And I'm not talking about surface level optimism where, isn't the world just wonderful and everything great? I'm talking about real optimism, being thrown in a ditch and having nothing, but having the fortitude to climb out. Squidward just lays in the ditch, thinking all day why he shouldn't be there, while SpongeBob climbs out and does what needs to be done for himself and others. I have been trying to implement some of SpongeBob's views of life into my own, and it really is just a better way to live. And it's not that everything makes me happy now, but life is a lot better when you focus on the things you already have and the things you can do now to work on bettering your future than being full of spite, thinking about what you should have with your only goal of being how much you can pamper yourself in the moment. If you only take away one thing from this video, remember,
no employee wants to be a Squidward.